Here's the entryway, and I'm going to start by just taking a walk through the entire apartment so you can see what the furniture looks like, basics of the room, and then I will come back and drill into each of the shelves and drawers of the unit. So you can see there's all these magnetic things on the refrigerator. You hear the dishwasher going in the background. I ran a load. And I'll take a shot of each of these cupboards so you see them as well. And I'll go through the closet and show you what's carried in there. There's a painting on the wall. Excuse the grocery cart. I was taking some stuff out of here, things that can be recycled, and also some of the foodstuffs that are good for the food bank. We have an ongoing food bank in our collection in our condo. So you see the furniture, mirror, lamps. She has several plants throughout the unit. These are all artificial plants, so even I could take care of them. Clock on the wall, we just replaced that not too long ago because her other one was kaput. She has some furniture out on the porch. I'll take a walk out there later. See the TV unit, and there's a DVD player and also the DirecTV box. Here's the other Davenport, pillows, painting on the wall, a couple of candles. These two end tables, we'll look inside of them. They both have storage area. You can see Harold's flag from his funeral at Fort Snelling. There's her favorite chair and stool. These couple of chairs here. Going into, I guess you'd say, the master bedroom. This is the bathroom I think she mostly uses. We'll look at what's inside the cabinets. You can see there's more furniture, drawing of the house Carmen and Kate grew up in, mirror above the piece of furniture here. The mirror is not connected. Over here, this is a picture of Harold as a little boy. Amazing how they dressed up little boys like little girls back in those days. This is, I believe, a sewing machine under here. I actually didn't tear that apart. There's another fake plant, some photos, nightstands, the bed. I'm guessing this might be a queen size. This closet here, she had a lot of closet space. We'll take a closer look at this later on. She also has a storage unit down the hall, which we'll poke our head into as well. And that's a very high-end vacuum cleaner. It's a Dyson. Very powerful. Walk back through the living room here. Get past the grocery cart. And here is the more or less office area. There are some, there were more of these pictures. Kate brought several of them in, though, to the Jones Harrison facility, so they would be there as reminders for her. So several of these are, however, still on the wall, as you can see. There's nothing in that closet. It's just the HVAC hardware. couple more things on the wall here. That's the, I think for the DirecTV signal. She does have Wi-Fi in here, so if you want to bring along a laptop for whatever reason, you can sign on. It's a guest Wi-Fi and it signs in automatically. There's a famous painting. My aunt had one of those in her house. There's photos of Teddy, another painting, photos of Carly and Chelsea, that little planter mirror on the wall. I'm sure Harold made that. Little bookshelf. There's a lot of paperwork on these tables that, or desks that really can be just recycled. A lot of it's old. There are some interesting things, a couple of interesting things here. These notebooks have some notes that she wrote that look like they were notes based on books that she had read. You can take a look at that. It's interesting to see her handwriting. We'll open up those drawers, let you take a look at them. This is the second bathroom. Actually, I think she may have used this one more. But anyway, we need to recycle these pills. I'm going to take care of that. Take it to Walgreens. They have a unused pill recycling because you don't want to get that in the waste stream or in the wrong hands. And I'll open up these cabinets later on. And then finally, this other closet, as you can see, has mostly clothes and some other odds and ends, including some cleaning products. And I'll spend a little more time later in the video on that. So here's the shelf above the refrigerator. There's some cooking utensils. There's playing cards back there. Some napkins. Second shelf, there's some kind of a waffle maker, looks like. Some paper plates. Way up top, a couple of canisters. Looks like a water pitcher. And those boxes are crystal glasses. Over here, this is kind of the leftovers of the open food, which probably we'll want to just toss or compost. You can see also there's some containers there as well. There's a few open cookie containers, knives. I don't think there's anything in there. Toaster. On this shelf, you can see up top there's more utensils. There's an electric knife, looks like a mixer, some glass items, plates, cups, and then more glass plates and cups. Top, there's looks like a flour pitcher, and then some cookbooks, spices, and more spices. So these are the bottom sort of Tupperware-ish type things, and also a glass baking dish. Cake carrier, some glasses, or jars I should say. Those probably could be recycled. I'm at my recycling max today. Some more bowls for cooking. Over here up top, more trays, bowls, and some other, for some reason she had the coffee commingled with some of these vitamins, which again we'll dispose of at Walgreens. Center here, it's an ice bucket. There's a recipe box up top, a crock pot, some more jars, napkins and towels, it looks like. And a few of these loose items out here as well. And More glasses, cups. So in this main closet in the front, there's Hobby's hat. There's a lot of bags, some napkins, gloves, scarves. Hanging up here, you see some belts, some loose hangers. There's a stool for climbing up. Toilet plunger, empty wastebasket. Some more jackets. Up top, there's a bunch of bags. I'm going to leave those here because we may use those for find it useful for packing stuff up. These boxes, I think, are actually, one of them is like, tapes. And then this one, I think, is actually, I remember it's light bulbs, various kinds. And then there's a couple of these larger halogen bulbs that wouldn't do us any good, but could be useful to a homeowner. And a few more bags toward the bottom here, as well as it looks like a couple of mops, perhaps. You saw the kitchen table earlier here. This is just a close-up on the TV. There's some videos, including old VHS. That's the DVD player and the DirecTV box. Some more videos, DVDs. Over there looks like maybe those are the Wii controls. I'm not sure. And that box is labeled Wii, so it might have something to do with that game. Okay, this is the end table by the one Davenport. And there's some, looks like maybe old ashtrays there, and some candles in the lower left. And in the background, it looks like some hearing aid type things. I didn't know if she maybe gone to get a hearing aid on her own. There's the flag you saw earlier. Just going back here, you notice there were some pillows on the ground. I may not have mentioned that, and a throw rug as well. If I go over to the other end table, it's just, there's a few coasters. Looks like a remote for a couple of remotes for one of these items. And then there's an older camera of some kind. Back in the that shelf there's a few more videos, some, believe it or not, cassettes, and then toward the bottom, looks like some toys might have been used for when grandchildren or great-grandchildren visited. And then, of course, the lamps. Around the place, in nooks and crannies, you'll see, I'll try to point out there are a number of books that could, of course, be donated to the library. We'll go into the bedroom now. You saw this before. I don't think I pointed this out. This is an old something or other Dutch. Maybe Kate can explain that. Also, Harold's baptismal gown, I think it is. Worn by many people. In this closet, I think most of this is visually self-explanatory. It looks like quilts and pillows, of various sorts, some shawls, or Afghans, I should say. And then a few games, probably to be played with children and grandchildren. Card shuffler, a clock, there's a bunch of knives. She has more clothes in the other closet, but you can see some of them here. I think this will require some thinking as to how to dispose of these. I don't know if it's the kind of thing that ARC or Goodwill would take anymore, given the age of some of them and the styles, and the same true of the consignment shops. So up here there are some more bowls. This is stuff like from Cousin Dale. Flower stuff. I didn't actually see what these are. It looks like ribbons. And another tray here. Shopping cart. And then down below looks like some throw rugs, a couple of bungee cords. I mentioned before this Dyson machine. That's a high-end machine. And there's a tiny bowling set. And this looks like a bedding of various kinds. I think that's the kind of an oddly shaped thing that she used for therapy. There's some water here and pop. So I had to really get down on my haunches here. This red box is full of nails and I think tools, probably from hobby. This oddly shaped thing had a lock on it, and it has some important papers like passports, and I think there was a birth certificate in there, so that might require a birth certificate. Might require a little bit of review. And then this ugly thing here is this thing up top. It's all sticky for some reason. But anyway, it was covering a safe. And God knows what the combination is. But it was open, and I will leave it that way. And I am afraid that thing is hugely heavy. And how one would get rid of it, I'm not sure. There were some of these bottles of water and some pops here. And then looked like a hand vac, another mini vac. Looks like an extension cord, maybe old phone books there. And then over here looks like an iron, another boom box, maybe an AM, FM radio. Okay, in terms of these end tables, whoops, pretty much what you might suspect. Gosh, all these various little containers. Let's walk around, look at the other side. Another book that could be recycled. Looks like another alarm clock. And some pair of footies. In here, I think this was jewelry. Yeah, lots of it. And some more, if I recall. Yeah. Over in this cabinet, there's some stuff up top that's ephemeral that can be recycled. But then at the bottom, there are a bunch of photo albums of, as well as another book that could probably be given to the library on Norman Rockwell. There's some more necklaces, and again, this hobby made that thing, I'm quite sure. So there's a mishmash of things in here. Looks like some, if you look in the back, looks like some watches, maybe, as well as just a mishmash of things, including, looks like another hearing aid. And you'll find in, like here, there are some cards, and some of these came from Chelsea and Carly over time. So if you find one that you had sent and would like to keep that, by all means, do so. There's some socks. This has been a Breeze she used at some point. And This looks more like almost like Herald stuff. You can see a penknife and pins, keys to God knows where. There's some undies, more undies, and some, looks like some wrapping bandages as well. And looks mostly like hair products, but a few of these cough drops stuffed in as well. Here's an example of some of those cards, like there's one from the Rudies. And it looks like some lacy kinds of things. And I know these are the kind of bandages that she would wrap her legs with for circulation purposes. And there's some more jewelry. And I would guess here as well. Yep. And I know this lamp, you can see it turns on by touching it somehow. Okay, and this is the bathroom off the main bedroom. Again, I think she used the other bathroom more. Couple of closets here. These look like sheets, I think, as well as a couple bath towels and some hats to keep her hair dry. Then there are, looks like some photos in here, as well as other items. I didn't look through these before. You can see one has some jewelry in it, and the other has some thread, it looks like. And a third one had some, it's mainly like watches. So looking under the sink in this bathroom, thermometer, more of these throat lozenges are just all over the place. Looks like some powders. And the drawers themselves, this one almost looks like it looks like shaving stuff, maybe from Hobby. And then over here there's, looks like just a soap dish, perhaps. So I'm out on the porch. There was this set of porch furniture that isn't really in very good shape. And then this little artificial lantern as well. Okay, I'm in the office area now. There's this file cabinet here. I'll mention it for Kate's purposes because there is a folder called Funeral that includes correspondence and some kind of some paperwork regarding Washburn McCreevy. So that might answer the question as to whether that funeral was prepaid or not. And then the rest of it's just, typical filing stuff that we would have any family would have. And she labeled it. It's all alphabetical. It seems pretty well organized. I'm on looking at the drawers of the desk. She had a lot of coins stored up, and I've taken those out. I'm going to get them counted and just dump them all in her into her account. This folder here, this is her taxes from this year, although I frankly have copies of it already. And there's some other materials down here as well. And on the top, just some various office type items. As I've mentioned several times, there's a couple of books there that could probably be recycled, the dictionary and the Conversations with My Mother. Over here, not much in that one. Some more folders. Again, most of this is all old stuff that can probably be just recycled as paper. And then calculator, some envelopes. Over here, there's more of these crazy cassette tapes, like an old road atlas of some sort. I mentioned this is the door to nowhere. It's just the HVAC. There's a stuffed animal and some pillows, if anyone's interested. On the table here, these are some of these, more of these bandages that I think she wrapped her legs with. And it looks like another little photo book. This is the photo I took of her with just a few weeks ago with her hairdresser. I gave one to her and also to Pam, the hairdresser. She was very pleased about it. So office supplies and batteries, and I guess that's true. There's certainly a boatload of batteries in here. And looks like an old Nokia phone of some sort and some playing cards and Lord knows what else. More batteries, all kinds of batteries. And then in the bottom, she has references income tax, also some telephone address books, and again, goodness, these tax forms can probably all go to tax heaven at this point. I showed you earlier there, this is a number of books that could be made use of. There is the, possibly for Kate's and my purposes, there is this Parkway co-op manual, but does have some stuff in it that she and Harold signed. But interpreting is probably best left to just a conversation with Brian. So I'm going in the closet now. So this is where she had more of her clothes. On the top, I didn't know she had a wig. Some plastic boxes. Those look like they're in good shape and could be used for any number of things. Looks like a couple of clothing items over here. Then a whole rack of sweaters. And some, looks like earmuffs of sorts. And straws. Interesting. Probably give that to the food bank. And then several racks of shoes here, along with a jumbo multi-purpose bag. And more shoes at the bottom. She had some of her cleaning products in here, so you see those down on the floor. Laundry stuff, there's Bounce. Over here, looks like some more laundry stuff. These glasses, cocktail glasses, I guess. Mix of Clorox, Shout, Epsom salt. These are, I think, some more shoes and some handbags. And down below, I had a hard time telling what these were. It's like a hodgepodge of some jewelry. Like those are eyeglass boxes. And some other stuff. And there's more sewing materials. These are some of the adult diapers. I took some of those for the food shelf, but if they're open, I can't do that or use them for that. And then some more clothing. Looking up here, looks like some socks. See, these are looks like headbands or something. I think these might be pajamas right here. And then up top it says hair and pantyhose, and I believe I looked in those, that's correct. And then maybe some more pajamas as well. There's toilet tissue, so everybody can use that, so knock yourself out and take as much as you need. All right, final stop on our tour is the storage room, and there are 3 storage rooms, as I learned. The one that is theirs is the one closest to the elevator. It's almost just ahead of you when you get off the elevator to the left. The outer door is unlocked. Flip on the light. The inner door here, I left it unlocked, but it opens with the same key as the key to the unit. So I went through most of this stuff here. You'll see a little sleigh with some old Christmas cards, the Christmas tree in this box. This is a strange, these are the more photos. And then below that, there's a box, I think, with some winter shoes. See the wheelchair right here, some trays, an old painting, bunch of suitcases, and I think I lifted a couple of them. I think they're empty. Looks like a workout mat of some kind. And I didn't realize she had a second vacuum here as well. This grayish it's a toolbox. It's like our hobbies tools. In the back there's some more shoes. Looks like what do you call that thing? A Dutch oven, maybe. This is a fan, and this thing in the back is kind of like an empty or shelf of some sort, I guess. Crutches back there, as well as an old cane. All right. There's one item I realized I forgot earlier. It's in this piece of furniture in the bedroom here. In this pouch, there's a bunch of kind of a hodgepodge of coins that are both like old US coins as well as some foreign coins. If you knew somebody into coins, it might be worth or just leaving them at a coin shop, see if any of them are worth anything. I mean, there's also some just basic US currency like pennies, a dime I see there. So maybe that would be of some use to somebody. All right, I think that's really the end.